now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And now for a taste of things to come.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking each and every one of you for coming back and joining me here in the theater. Now, for today's film, we're going to take a look at another Netflix original Christmas movie, which premiered this past week on December 3rd. Today's film is called My Secret Santa, and it stars Alexandra Breckenridge, Ryan Eggold, Madison McIsaac, and Tia Mowry. And as our movie opens, Taylor Page, played by Alexandra Breckenridge, is a single mother trying to stay ahead of late rent notices while raising her daughter Zoe, played by Madison McIsaac. Days before Christmas, Taylor loses her job at a cookie factory and learns that Zoe has been accepted to the Sun Peak Snowboard Academy. It's a major opportunity for Zoe, but the cost is far beyond Taylor's means. Desperate to grant Zoe's Christmas wish, Taylor tries selling some old vinyl records at a store. At the shop, she meets Matthew, played by Ryan Eggold, who immediately recognizes one of the albums, a Screaming Kittens record. You see, the band meant a lot to him growing up, and he's stunned when he realizes that Taylor was the group's lead singer. Matthew asks her out, but she turns him down. Taylor's brother and brother-in-law, Eric and Kenny, played by William Vaughn and Adam Ushnes, respectively, mention that employees of the Sun Peaks Resort receive a 50% discount at the Snowboard Academy. Taylor doesn't work at the resort, so she needs a plan. Meanwhile, at Sun Peaks, Natasha, played by Tia Mowry, an ambitious worker and hoping for a promotion, scrambles to find a new Santa after their longtime performer retires. Matthew arrives at the resort at the same time, and he's the son of the owner, who's returned home after years of drifting. His father, played by Barry Levy, grants him the general manager position, forcing him to take responsibility for once in his life, and Natasha is assigned to show him around. While visiting the resort in search of any position so that she can get the discount for Zoe's ski camp, Taylor overhears Natasha offering the Santa job for $2,000 a week. The number is impossible to ignore, so Taylor asks Eric and Kenny to build her a complete Santa transformation: suit, padding, wig, silicone prosthetic, the whole nine, and a voice that she tries to adjust as she practices. Taylor transforms into Hugh Man, a version of Santa that she hopes the resort will hire. At the interview, Matthew thinks that he recognizes Hugh and decides to hire him. Taylor nearly walks away, worried that Matthew will figure her out, but the job is the only way to afford Zoe's tuition. Her first challenge is sharing a men's changing room. Matthew talks freely to Hugh about feeling trapped between the weight of the family business and the bad habits that he can't seem to shake. A second close call happens when Hugh drops a pink unicorn chapstick, the exact same kind that Taylor uses, making it dangerously easy for Matthew to connect the dots. At the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, a technical failure causes the lights to explode. Taylor goes home still in costume and is intercepted by her building superintendent, Dora Lee, played by Diana Maria Riva. She quickly pretends to be her own father, and Dora Lee, unaware that it's Taylor under the suit, seems unexpectedly smitten with the man. Zoe starts at the Snowboard Academy, but quickly becomes the target of Ava, played by Sasha Rohan, another child at the ski camp who sees her as an outsider. Zoe has no idea her mother once fronted a punk band, and Taylor doesn't volunteer the information. As Santa, Taylor struggles. She argues with kids about practical gifts, and during one shift, the padding falls out of her suit after an overly enthusiastic hug. The town's paper calls Santa a flop. Matthew reassures Hugh that reviews aren't always accurate, and he admits that he can't stop thinking about Taylor. Hugh tries to downplay the moment, only for his fake beard to catch fire from a flaming candy cane. Taylor begins to settle in the role of Santa when she talks to Zoe while still in the costume. Zoe tells Santa that she wishes her mother would relax, date again, and reclaim some of the spark and fun that she had in her band days. As a result of these two conversations specifically, Taylor's Santa sessions begin to improve. She listens to the kids and helps them talk through their fears and their hopes. Soon there's a waiting list to see the Santa. Meanwhile, Natasha begins to grow suspicious. She looks into Hugh's file and finds nothing, and eventually discovers the name is tied to Taylor Jacobson's social security number. Taylor asks Matthew out for a simple hot chocolate. They share personal histories. His mother died when he was 14, and he spent years rebelling. She dropped out of college after getting pregnant and has been struggling to make ends meet ever since. Why she gave up her rock and roll dreams. Natasha can't find any record of Hugh Mann, but the Christmas party gives her an opening. Matthew invites Taylor, not realizing that she also needs to appear as Santa. With help from Eric and Kenny, Taylor switches back and forth throughout the party between her real self and Hugh, racing through bathrooms and hallways in order to try and maintain the illusion. However, the party spirals the moment Natasha accuses Hugh of fraud in front of everyone. Before Taylor can respond, someone rushes in saying Zoe has been hurt on the slopes, and Taylor rushes out, still dressed as Santa. Matthew follows. Calming Zoe down forces the truth out. Taylor removes her Santa mask, revealing herself to everyone. Matthew seems willing to understand, but Taylor leaves quickly to get Zoe to the hospital. The video of the unmasking goes viral, and Matthew decides to keep his distance, unsure how to process the situation. Ava tells her mother, who happens to be Natasha, that Taylor, as Santa, actually listened to her, something that she hasn't felt that her own mom has done in a very long time. Natasha realizes how distant she has been since her divorce, causing her to soften and for mother and daughter to reconnect. Matthew's father scolds both Matthew and Natasha for skipping basic background checks before hiring Santa, and Matthew takes full responsibility. At the Christmas concert, Matthew gives a short speech explaining that they won't have Santa at the concert this year, but instead Santa is an idea built on generosity and kindness and love. Taylor and Zoe arrive as he speaks. Taylor steps on stage, apologizes for the deception, and admits that she has fallen for Matthew, and that Matthew has too fallen for Taylor. He even admits that he misses Hugh as well. They agree to spend Christmas together. Taylor sings, her former musical past finally resurfacing in a healthy way. The next morning, everyone gathers at Taylor's home. Natasha has accepted a general manager role in London so Ava can be closer to her father. Taylor is offered a new job as the director of family events at Sun Peaks. Even Dora Lee arrives, eyeing Matthew's father with interest. Taylor and Matthew share a final kiss as our movie comes to its close. Again, if we're being honest, this was another let's add it to the list because it's a new free Christmas movie. I did enjoy it, but I more so enjoyed it for the side stories going on as opposed to the main story. I enjoyed the Taylor and Zoe story, as well as the Zoe and Ava story, more than the Taylor-Matthew story. I enjoyed how Ava began as a bully to Zoe, but after her talk with Santa, she realized that she was taking the anger that she felt to her mom, Natasha, out on Zoe. And when Zoe got hurt, it was Ava who called 911 in order to get help. The old bully would have stood there, laughed and kicked Zoe while she was down. Christmas movies oftentimes are about redemption, and I felt like this was the beginning of the redemption for both Ava and Natasha. I give my Secret Santa 4 out of 5 snowflakes. But tell me, what do you guys think of my Secret Santa? Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Are you going to add it to your list on Netflix? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse, those interactions, that engagement that I'm always trying to get out of you, my loyal viewers. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and post a comment of some kind, as that'll help boost my videos in YouTube's algorithm, getting more people that don't already subscribe, that maybe like movie review type of videos, to see my content. And until next time, when we're back in the theater for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I have been your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking each and every one of you for joining me and tuning in. And I'll catch you guys next time.